The Sixers and Knicks series been entertaining to say the least. So Tyrese Maxey just got most improved player. I don't know, by the way, I don't know why the hell he won that. I don't think he should have won that. I think Kobe White should have got that, but that's a combo for another day. But a video been going viral, Joel Embiid. Pretty disturbing video. It was this clip right here. It looks like he can't close his left eye. Like, look, this looks weird. Watch it. That just looks awkward. The first time it happened was when he had that play where he did the pump fake and threw it off the backboard. Like, he did the pump fake on Mitchell Robinson, and then he threw it off the backboard, and then he punched. This shit was crazy, by the way. But after that play, he landed on his back. First, it was kind of like, he probably, just like fed up and tired. And then the video I just showed you came out, and people were like, okay, there's something going on here. So it made people do some deep digging on the Sixers and their medical staff. Nobody really paid too much attention to this because we're thinking he's just fed up because his knee. And, they made hella memes from it. That shit was childish as hell, but, like, you could watch the clip right here. But even here, he's not blinking, like, his left eye, and that's, like, weird. It's like, I don't know what the word is, but Joel Embiid has been seen struggling with his left eye since game 1. I think I may have found why. The problem seemed to have started when Kelly Oubre appeared to make contact with Embiid's face, going up for a rebound in quarter 1 of game 1. Video breakdown below. Somebody made this quick vid right here. This Embiid right here saying Oubre hit him right there. But, like, even if you get hit in the face, it's to the point you can't blink your eye. I don't know. That's still, and that looked like a pretty, elbow to the face. To the point where you can't even blink your whole eye, like side of your face. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just weird. Maybe it depends on where he hit him. Say it's not a good look because, like, the Sixers have, like, a history of, not doing, like, right by their players. Like, we're going to go through all that stuff. This is Embiid's full injury report from this year, right? So he was dealing with hip issues. And usually, me getting to talk to NBA trainers, if you deal with hip issues, you're going to deal with knee issues at some point. Especially if you don't get the hip issues taken care of. He had a hip, an illness, and he had knee, ankle issues, and he just been dealing with knee injuries all through the year. They've been trying to manage the knee injury since January, you know what I'm saying? He was dealing with the hip issue, 2 months? Basically, since the beginning of the year, he had hip, and then now it's his knee. So like I said, if you have hip issues, eventually you're going to have knee issues. You don't take care of the hip issues. People started really looking into, like, the Sixers medical staff because they have a history of, not doing necessarily right by their players as far as, like, medical goes. So somebody said this that I found interesting. Markelle Fultz was drafted first overall in 2017 NBA draft by the Sixers in hopes of being a future cornerstone in the franchise. He came into the league with high expectations, but his career never really took off. The reason for his problem on the court was a shoulder condition that wasn't discovered for more than a season. A first overall pick was effectively injured for more than 1 season, and the medical staff couldn't figure out. You might think because it was an unusual case, it might be a one-off, but other examples beg to differ. This is like the whole story. I remember this. He just completely forgot how to shoot. It was just like,
Is that even possible? Well, it happened. Markelle Fultz was the consensus #1 pick in 2017, but Fultz only played 33 games for the Sixers in his first 2 seasons. And when he did play, it looked like he didn't even know how to shoot a free throw. It was later revealed that Fultz suffered from thoracic outlet syndrome, an injury that affects your neck, shoulder, and fingers. TOS has always been difficult to diagnose. It's common among baseball pitchers who overuse their throwing shoulders. In Fultz's case, the injury f***ed up his mechanics and transformed him into a shell of the star everyone projected him to be. Labeled as a bust, he was sent off to Orlando. But Fultz was ready for a comeback. An ACL tear cut his 2020-2021 season short, but when Fultz returns, he'll be back pulling off one of the greatest comeback stories in NBA history.
That started up in Philly. I think that's what fans are getting at. I know Ben Simmons had his stuff, but Ben Simmons was an NBA superstar at one point in time, known as a defensive menace. He contributed to the team, even if he wasn't a world-class scorer. Similar to Markelle, he was also drafted first overall and missed substantial time when he began his NBA career. After rolling his ankle in practice, Ben was initially supposed to 3 to 4 months to recover from his injury. In the end, he missed way more than that after the later MRI scan revealed more damage than previously expected, which means they probably had him playing through the ankle injury like they're doing with Embiid. So regardless of the Sixers medical staff contributed to the lengthy healing process of this misdiagnosed injury, this is another example of their failures. Now coming to Joel Embiid, he's been dealing with this knee injury. There's no way they misdiagnose Embiid. Like, he's way too important. This is the MVP we talking about. So So, but to see him playing through these injuries, and if something really bad happens that could, cut his career short, that'll be terrible, you know what I'm saying? So here's the thing I found. So opioids are the most popular drugs used in the NBA. They're painkillers. And I tried to look up like the side effects of opioids, and this one I found. Opioids can inhibit the nervous system, which controls tear production, resulting in dry eyes. When the eye is dry, the tissue can become irritated and inflamed, leading to redness and discomfort. They could be filling them up with painkillers, or it could be some other stuff. Because that just looks weird, 2 games in a row. And now that it went viral, people are going to be looking at it like real close now. Because the first game, people were joking like, oh, when your shorty does this and you do that, whatever. The first time it happened, people were making jokes. Now it's like, all right, that's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? People are relating it back to the painkillers he's probably taking, because sure, he's on painkillers. He has to be, but maybe he's not. But I think he's on painkillers, especially if he's dealing with the injury he's going through. This was his post-game comments right here.
And try to turn this thing around.
We should be 2-0, so we good. We're gonna win this series.
And I'll be mad as hell if they put me on painkillers and we lost, or like whatever the fuck they did to him, and they put me under any type of painkillers and all extra shit, and we lost 2 straight games. I'll be mad, especially 2 games we could have won.
We're gonna win this. We know what we gotta fix. We did a better job today, so we're gonna fix it. But we're the better team, and we're gonna keep fighting.
If they drop one in Philly, they're done. Here's the other thing from the game. I always found this to be the most pointless thing the NBA does, right? So it says the break in the NBA's L2M report says that Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart both fouled Tyrese Maxey at the end of last night's game. The report also said Nick Nurse should have been granted a timeout. It doesn't change, like, they lost, you know what I'm saying? So I never saw the point in filing a report to the NBA. The referees aren't going to get fined. Like, the game's done. If you lost, like, it's done. They're not going back and redoing the play. That's raps. You know what I'm saying? So this the most pointless thing I always found with the NBA. From the painkillers that he's probably taking, I don't know if he's on painkillers. I don't know what they have him taking, but from whatever they have for him dealing with his knee injury to, his eye not blinking, they got to be investigated, bro. Because Embiid, it'll really suck for like a major injury to happen and, cut his career short. But I know he really wants to get a ring. I don't know. It's just a tough situation. But that video looked really disturbing, and it's making people say, yo, the Sixers got to get investigated. That vid is really disturbing. I ain't going to lie. It looks like some Black Mirror shit. But I want to know your thoughts on that. And as always, it's your boy, FAO.